Mashers, and welcome to another episode of the Weekly Mash. Today, we are lucky enough to have BA Chapman, the author of Beyond Reality's Edge, a sci-fi romance that asks the question, what if you woke up inside your favorite show, but the aliens, the danger, and the swoony warrior are all very, very real? My gosh. I think we skimmed over the script a little bit,
Right.
but I don't think I read that sentence because I would have been like, dang, sign me up. BA, we're so excited you're here. Would you like to give us a quick introduction about who you are, what you do in your books?
Yes, absolutely. Again, I'm BA Chapman. Actually, my first name is Brenda, but there is actually a very famous scriptwriter out there already named Brenda Chapman. I
Oh,
always
wow.
said in my younger days, my name is going to be up on that screen one day. That's not exactly what I had in mind, when I saw my name up
It does
there,
count. There.
but, I'm thinking, okay. So when I started writing, I was thinking, I really probably shouldn't be confused with that famous person. So I just
Yeah.
used my
I
initials
mean, it could
instead.
have benefited you too
I
on the
know.
same side.
Well, yeah. But then they
But
would have
then it
been
wouldn't be
expecting
you.
something else,
Oh,
So
okay.
I kind of played it safe with that.
Yeah,
So,
we get. That's
yeah.
funny.
But
Good
I am from
story.
Texas. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you always say, yeah, my name's going to be up there one day. It's like,
Yeah,
well, yeah, not exactly what I had in mind, but
it
okay,
is, but it's
go
not
run with
me.
it. I am from Texas. I've lived here most of my life. And I've always had a penchant for writing. It's just, life kind of got in the way for quite a few decades. And then I actually started writing just out of pure enjoyment. And I one day I had a dream, and my dreams are usually very confusing messes,
Mm-hmm.
and they're very just all over the place. And this one dream that I had one night, it was an idea, and it stuck in my head, and it was a story, and it just kept growing and growing and growing until I couldn't think about anything else. And so I
Yeah.
thought, you know what? I'm going to sit down and write it down just to get it out of my head.
Yeah.
And that story actually became my trilogy, which is the first set of books I wrote. It's a sci-fi horror trilogy. And then in the middle
Ooh.
of writing, yeah, yeah. It's called The Consortium. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm just going to throw that out there. That was my first foray into, and I actually did that. In the middle of writing that trilogy, I had another idea that just popped into my
Yeah.
head, and it also started growing. And I'm thinking, okay, I need to write this down. So in the middle of the trilogy, I wound up writing this series, Beyond Reality's Edge, and it just kept going. I had no idea where it was going to go, but it just kept going. 8 volumes later, I'm thinking, okay, I need to get back
Yeah.
to finish the trilogy.
I think we've covered this world a little bit, right?
Yeah, I think we're good. I really should get back and finish the trilogy. So
That's funny.
it's kind of funny, but it's just when things start growing inside my head, I'm just like, I have to get it out there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you have to take that inspiration when it comes and run with it.
Right, exactly, and run with it. And that's
Mhm.
what I did. And this series, oh my gosh, when I started it, it just started out as a very simple idea. What would happen? What would happen if, okay, first of all, if you could go into another reality, which reality would I choose to go into? And
Mhm.
the answer to that for me was immediate. And this actually started out as a piece of fan fiction. And then it turned into something so much more. And it was like, and one thing I would like to point out, a lot of people love the slow burn romance. They
Mhm.
all slow burn. Everybody wants slow burn. This is not slow burn. This
I mean,
happens
I love
very,
me
very
a
fast.
non-slow burn,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they just
So
go.
I mean, they hit it like this. They hit it, they go. They both know they're both very attracted to each other.
You know,
Yeah. And I mean, there's no messing around. There's no messing around. But it
hmm
happens for a reason. And you find that out later. So you start getting an idea of what's the bigger picture, like volume 6 and 7. And you
Mhm.
realize, oh my gosh, it had to happen that way. If it had happened any other way, it wouldn't have worked
Right.
because there's an end game to this that you're not seeing until further down the line. So
Hmm.
there's a reason it happens fast. It's a
Where was
valid
this
reason.
series when we spun our wheel?
And we do a spinner wheel on our like regular episodes where it's just the two of us, and we had one where we spun sci-fi, and we just didn't know what to pick, and this would have been like the perfect
Sorry, that was a big bug.
the perfect. I know there was a big bug. This would have been a perfect pick for us. It
Yeah, it would have been
amazing.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Because the
So
one
I'm
we
sorry,
read
I,
was
I kind of rambled on there, but
you're fine.
No.
We love it.
Yes,
Please don't.
ramble away.
Yeah, please don't be sorry.
We're here for it.
yeah. So
Yeah. But let's look at some of the basics. So, imagine that we're all trapped in an elevator with your main characters. How would they pitch Beyond Reality's Edge to us before the doors open?
oh my goodness.
She's like, great, these
My goodness.
questions.
That's a thinker. That's a thinker question. Depending on the character, I mean, Shelton would probably go for adventure. If you
Yeah.
like adventure, Brianna and Rilo, of course, the
Yeah.
love aspect.
The
It's
fast
steamy,
burning love.
Yeah.
fast burn, steamy soulmates type of thing, of where they keep encountering difficulties and problems and things trying to tear them apart, and they just won't let it. They just
Yeah.
keep going because their
Mhm.
love is there. I mean, they are two halves of a whole, and
I like that.
they complete each other. So it's very awesome. Um, and mystery and alien worlds and my gosh,
Man,
yeah,
that's
action
intriguing.
adventures.
I know. I think we need to go back to our spinner wheel and make it hit sci-fi. So that
Yeah, we're just gonna make it turn to the sci-fi
yeah,
spinner.
let's do it. We could cheat the system a little
We
Yeah, and
somehow.
can.
time travel even, and then
Yeah,
there's
there you go.
other alternate realities and dimensions that intersect with this one and come into play as well. And yeah,
Her husband's at the door making funny faces at us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's your husband, not mine.
I'm happy with it.
well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Well, mine and my husband's love language is like crap talking
Yeah,
all the time. All the time. All the time. Not even like a little bit, like
just all the
all the
time.
time. Okay. The story blends starships, danger, and destiny. What sparked the idea? You mentioned a little bit about how it just came in your head from a dream. But like, were you doing something like how did it start? Like, how do you think that your dream developed into that?
Actually, the dream was for the consortium.
Oh
This
yeah, the other one.
one,
Yeah.
yeah, it was for the consortium. That was the dream. This one, I was in the middle of trying to finish the consortium when the idea popped into my head because I was just sitting there thinking, trying to think about, how to go on, and my mind wanders as it sometimes does.
Mine
And
too.
I think I had watched some TikToks or something about the what ifs. There was a big movement or thing going on. What if, what if, what if?
Mhm.
So my idea was I was just sitting there thinking, what if I could jump into another reality? Or what if I found myself in another reality? Which reality would I choose? And like I said, my answer was immediate. I knew exactly what reality I would choose. And it was
Exactly.
from an old science fiction TV show from back in the day. But then the question arose as to, okay, let's do this for real. Because if I actually got put into this reality somehow, some way, for whatever reason, we don't know yet because I haven't written it yet, my mere presence there would affect them in huge ways. I mean, we're
Mhm.
talking, another timeline because my presence there with the knowledge I would have as to how their show progresses and what happens with all the characters, that's going to affect them in good and bad ways.
Yeah.
And how would I react with these characters? How would I interact with these characters? How would they accept me? How would I accept them knowing the knowledge I have of them?
Yeah.
How would we interact with each other? And how would that blossom and grow and affect their reality? And it just grew from there. And I was thinking, I need to write this down.
Yeah.
I needed, and so I did. I opened up a new document and I started writing it down, and it just grew.
And then you were stuck on that one for a while.
And I was stuck on that
Exploring.
one for a couple of years, yeah. So, but I enjoyed it because I'm a fly by the seat of my pants type of girl, and I
Uh-huh.
don't do outlines. I don't
Yeah.
do anything like that. I sit down and I write. And
Yeah.
I was so excited to write this because I had no idea what was going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen until I write it. So
Yeah.
it was something brand new. And, every time I sat down to write, I was just so excited to do it because I wanted to find out what was going to happen, you know?
Right. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was just very exciting to see it blossom and grow and just discover the story as it occurred.
I think that would be one thing about me if I ever did write a book. I probably won't. I don't think I could like outline it because I would not want to follow the outline.
Yeah.
Well,
I would definitely be a pantser for sure.
you put boundaries around yourself when you do that, and the story
Right.
should have no boundaries, honestly.
Yeah.
And to me, that takes all the creativity out of creative writing.
Exactly.
That's the
Mhm.
whole point, is to be creative and just to go where the story takes you. Why box yourself in? That never made any sense
Exactly.
to me. Why you would box yourself in like that unnecessarily.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Pantsing is the way to go.
We have a lot of answers.
We do. It's very common with indie authors, and I think it's because indie authors have the capability to do that. They don't have
Yeah.
someone telling them what to do or how to do it. And so that's why
Right.
they are dancers because they have the opportunity to do what they want and have that creative freedom where you wouldn't otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, honestly, publishers are all about the bottom line and they want to give the
Right.
public what they want,
Yeah.
not what the writer wants to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
And that's why I think we love indies is because we're not getting the publisher's heart. We're getting the
Right.
author's heart.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
We love indie
We do.
authors. So your worlds that you're creating, they feel cinematic. Do you cast your characters in your head? Or are they more like original versions that live only in your imagination?
Probably a little of both. Some of the characters I do cast in my head, and I've already got actors in mind, and I base it on characters those actors have played. So it's not actually the actors themselves, but the characters that they've played
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
So, and then some of them are just, new, brand new. I have an idea of who they are and what they are. So I let them develop and grow as they are,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, a little of both, actually.
That's a good answer. I like
That's a
that.
good answer.
I like it a
Romance in space means no one can hear you swoon.
lot.
I love it. My kind of book. What makes the romance in Beyond Reality's Edge different from a contemporary love story here on Earth?
Well, I would say because of the environment they're in, they're having to deal with issues and people and aliens in situations that just are not found here on Earth.
Yeah.
You've got technology, advanced technology that
Wow.
we don't have. You've got creatures and characters that are, you know, that humans don't have, thank goodness. Um, yeah, some you,
I
you
mean,
don't.
it could be a good thing on the same hand.
Yeah. Well, some of it's good, some of it's not so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, because they're in situations and have to face trials and tribulations that people on Earth just would not have because they're otherworldly, you know.
No
Well, you
earthlings
say
anyway.
that. I kind of there's kind of a running joke in the book because Brianna and Rilo, they do get kind of when they're out and about and stay at other places, their activities can get rather loud.
I love it.
I love the code wording and the way you word
The
that. It's
activity.
good. Yeah.
They're playing basketball.
So on that note, this next question kind of goes with that. So without spoilers, can you tell us, did your characters behave or did they completely run off the plot rails and surprise you while you were writing?
Paving is not really Rilo's strong suit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and honestly, Brianna is a little bit of a rebel herself, so they kind of, go with each other and, the people around them, they kind of take it in stride, but they do make fun of them and it's, kind of a
I
running joke.
mean, can you blame them for making fun of them? They
Right.
just they just heard all the activities.
Talking about, they're constantly together, they're constantly physical, they're constantly, it's a
Mhm.
running joke kind of thing. There's one part in the book where Jack Shelton, who's the commander of the space station area of the city, of the cloud city, and he meets up with a love interest, and he's seeing her off, and Brienne is standing there in the background watching them, and she comes up after he's watching their spaceship take off, and she mentions that, you're glowing, and he's
Right.
like, "Excuse me, men do not glow." And he's like, "Well, you may have another more masculine term for it, but yeah, it's kind of obvious when guys
Glowing. It's
play.
fair.
It's
Glowing.
it's obvious." But she looks him
It
over and
was
she
a
goes, "Yeah, it's
pregnancy
pretty
glow,
obvious."
man.
So, and she's like, and he's like, "Yeah, so why doesn't Rilo ever look any different?" And she goes, "Well, that's because he's constantly getting laid like every day. It's just his normal look, so you're just used to it." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I kind of walked right into that one, didn't I?"
That's funny. That is funny.
Yes, you did. So,
He's got
they
like Rilo's got the yep. I got the strut. I
got the
just did
strut, got the swagger. Yeah. So yeah, it's a constantly it's kind of a,
like when he
theme
walks
going
out of
on.
the room and shakes his leg a little bit,
My God.
and then he puffs up his chest.
Yeah.
Mm. You're welcome. You're welcome.
But
It is
yeah,
funny.
it's funny. Everybody has fun with it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to read them.
Me too.
If you had to describe the love story in 3 emojis only, what would you pick?
Okay. The big buggy-eyed one where the eyes are big and
Yeah.
wide and the mouth is going, that one. And then of course the one with the hearts all over
Yeah.
it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then the smirky one where they're smirking. Yeah,
Yeah. I like
yeah.
it. I
Wow.
like the bug-eyed one.
I know. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a lot of followers or bookish people in general that
You want to call
can,
it a lot?
yeah, that can become torn between paperback, ebook, audiobook. Can you tell us which one they should grab first when they're looking at experiencing your story?
It's a hard question because there are people out there that just got to have the physical book in their hand. That's just the only way they want to read it. They don't want to do it on
Mhm.
an electronic device. I would say either paperback or audiobook. And the audiobook I'm very proud of, not the one, I'm going to say this, not the one on Audible, not that one. I am creating real human voices, but it's AI assisted. I am
Oh.
almost finished with the first one, with volume one.
Ooh. You'll have
And
to tag us when it's done.
Yeah.
every character has their own voice. It's like
I love
listening
that.
to
Yeah.
a movie. Listening to a movie. You've
Yeah.
got the narrator. You've got each Rallo has his own voice. When he speaks, you're going to know who it is. When Brianna speaks, you're going to
Right.
know who it is. When Jack speaks, you're going to know who it is. So it's a descriptive listening thing. It's
I love it.
AI assisted, but the emotions are there. The
I'm so excited.
intonation and inflection is there. It's just, I mean, it's like a work of art to me. I mean, it's not just somebody reading it off.
Yeah.
I think that's my biggest pet peeve with audiobooks
Right.
is not that it's the author's fault or the publisher, whoever's fault, but to me, it's a lot harder to get into a book if it's a dual point of view and the
Yes,
female is doing both the male and female. I love the dual
yes,
point of views with different narrators.
yes, absolutely. And this takes it to the nth degree
Yeah.
because every
Right.
character has their own voice. You don't have to guess as to who's saying the line.
Yeah.
You don't have to guess as to who's speaking. And their
Mhm.
emotions come through on this. So I am very, very proud of this. And I'm almost finished with volume one. I'm going to upload it to Google Play and Kobo. So I would say if you want an immersive experience that's kind of a combination between a movie and a book, I would go with audiobook. And
Hmm.
like I said, not the one on Audible, that's just AI. That's just
Yeah.
bleh. That's yucky.
I
So
like audiobooks and I love to immersive read.
yes.
Miranda can only listen to an audiobook if she's read the book.
Right. Yeah. I have to have read it already because if I'm like doing something else and listening to an audiobook, I can't catch anything what's going on. It's just
I
gone. I'm not an
know.
auditory learner at all.
I get it. I get it. I either want to do one thing or the other. And that's the nice thing
Yeah.
about reading a physical copy is you're
Mhm.
right there in it.
Yeah. Right.
Um, But yeah, I'm like, even when I'm like listening to music, I don't like multitasking because
No.
I either want to listen to music or I need to do what I'm doing. It's one or
Yeah,
the other. So, but yeah, it's a very immersive experience. So
That's
if you
cool.
like that, that would be the way to go.
So keep your eye out. We'll share it when we know.
right.
But
Yes,
keep your eye out
absolutely.
for that new audiobook coming out. That's gonna be cool.
Sounds incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you tag us in it because we'll share the heck out of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. It's our favorite time. I should have brought my phone out for this.
I know. Lightning.
We have a lightning round. We love our
Oh,
lightning round. So fast, quirky, no overthinking, just first thing that pops into your head, okay? Okay. Favorite alien species from any franchise?
from Farscape, Caudargo. I forget what his species was.
Yeah. I've heard my husband would probably know.
Yeah, he's a sci-fi guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luxon. He's a Luxon warrior. There we go. That's it. Luxon warrior.
Spaceship or time machine?
Spaceship.
Coffee on Earth or cocktails on Mars?
Cocktails on Mars.
Yes. I mean, why would you give that up?
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, the opportunity
Yeah.
alone. Which trope would you happily write forever? Enemies to lovers or destined soulmates?
Destined soulmates.
Yeah.
I had a feeling that would be the answer.
Just the pull, I think, would be if your book had a theme song, what would it be?
Renegade.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I like the reaction to the question before the answer came too. Oh, God. All right. Well, that wraps up our questions. Thank you so very much for taking us to the edge of reality today. We will have everything linked in the captions. Can you tell followers where they can find you and all about your books?
Absolutely. I have a website, bachapman.com, and all the links are there to all the different stores. I am wide, so you can find me on Google Play, Kobo, Barnes and Noble, Kindle, the whole gamut.
Yeah.
I've got all the different versions, paperback, Kindle, ebook, and audiobook, of course.
Yeah.
And I'm on book, Instagram, and YouTube as well.
Awesome.
She did not mess around when she
I
decided to become an
know.
author.
Yeah.
Had a babe.
Everywhere. We will have everything linked in the captions below.
Yep.
Listeners, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of the Weekly Mash. Don't forget to like, follow, and share so you do not miss a cosmic adventure.
Mhm.
Until next time, keep your feet on the ground and your heart among the stars.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, everybody.